Libra, welcome into the channel. I hope you are doing well. If you are new, I welcome you as well. This is going to be your reading for the full moon in Leo. We are already starting to get into that energy. However, it will peak tomorrow on February 1st. So what is that full moon about? It is about courage, communication, being unapologetically you. And so I'm curious to find out how this is going to affect your romantic life. Always remember to take what resonates and throw out what doesn't. Hold on one second. I need to plug in my microphone. All right, Libra, sorry about that. Nothing is a coincidence. So maybe you're not hearing somebody or somebody's not quite hearing you in a romantic situation. So we'll find out. Always take what resonates and throw out what doesn't. If you're finding nothing resonates, check out your other sign placements. We all embody all of the zodiac signs, even if we do not have any planet placements. We still have all the zodiacs that hit a part of our house on the wheel of life. All right. Well, hello, Max. Max has come to say hello. I don't know if you can see him or not. No, that's my water, boo-boo. All right. Currently, Ace of Swords. Okay. Getting clear on something. Crossing, Page of Cups. Root, Three of Pentacles. Past, Ten of Pentacles. Higher Self, Four of Wands. Future, Lovers. Current feelings, Knight of Swords. Outer influences, Six of Swords. Hopes and fears, Four of Cups. Outcome, Six of Cups. All right. All right, so Libra, currently you are the Ace of Swords. So there's, you're getting a clear truth. You're getting clear on something. All right, that's good, right? We always like to be clear. Crossing you is the Page of Cups. So it gives me a sense of the struggle of being vulnerable, possibly with your emotions. So you might have trouble opening up. Maybe there's an apology that needs to happen here, and you're struggling with apologizing possibly, or, maybe you're thinking somebody should be apologizing to you. So the root of the situation, you've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is all about, working together, having the beginning stages of a foundation. So it looks like you're either, wanting to come together, work together, collaborate with this, I guess. Well, you got the Lovers in the near future, so possibly a lover. But then again, your higher self, you've got the Four of Wands, so that's, your home and your stability. So I'm getting ahead of myself. And maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you're getting a little ahead of yourself in this situation. Your recent past, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So You may have been in a long-term commitment in the past where there was already a really good, decent foundation. 10 of Pentacles, you know, it's financially set, right? It's, you got a house, you got a car, you got money in the bank, you got 401ks, you know, you're talking about future. So in the past, it looks like, you know, you may have had a higher commitment with somebody that you were financially comfortable with. Your higher self is the Four of Wands. So there was stability in your higher self is telling you, you know, you want to come together. You want to remain stable. You'd like to possibly have a reunion with somebody. And that's where I was saying Page of Cups struggle. Maybe there's an apology that needs to happen. So I don't know what happened with this person, but in the near future, you do have the Lovers. So there is a lover that either you're moving towards in the near future, maybe they're moving towards you, maybe it's the both of you moving towards each other. Your current feelings is the Knight of Swords. So you're ready to assert yourself. You're ready to take action. You're ready to come forward and have a conversation. You know, the Knight of Swords is, you know, the guy that's fearless, right? He's fearless. He's ready to rush in. You know, it's thought-provoking, but I feel it's swords is also communication. So it's a lot like, okay, your feeling is you're ready to have a conversation. Okay, cool. So you're outside. So the others around you is the Six of Swords. So I get this sense that maybe somebody's already moved on because this is outside of you. And we are talking about a lover, and it does feel like maybe there's an apology or, you know, some sort of like reaching out to connect in more of an emotional way. Because like I said, your higher self is the Four of Wands. It's kind of, you want to reunite, right? You would like to come together and talk, because the whole root of this is let's work together. So you might be on the outs with a lover, and so now you've had some time to think about it. I don't know what this truth was, but we'll clarify. Your hopes and fears is the Four of Cups. You feel like it's kind of like maybe it's too far gone, right? Because with the Six of Swords, you know, this lover may have already moved on. And so even though you're ready to have this conversation, you're worried that, you know, they're already disconnected, right? They're, kind of already emotionally, you know, disconnected from this connection with you. It's a sense of somebody maybe turned their back. They want to be left alone. So possible outcome is we have the Six of Cups. Well, you know, this represents the past. You know, this is nostalgia, memories. You've known this person a long time. So with the outcome, you know, it could be maybe you find yourself reminiscing more about this lover. But, you know, I don't know if this is too late because it looks like Maybe they've already moved on. So let's, what is this truth? What is the Ace of Swords? What is this truth? What are we feeling clear on here? All right, tell me about the Ace of Swords. What are we clear on? Ooh, Five of Cups. Yeah. You know, grieving over the separation, possibly a breakup. Death. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. You're saddened over the ending. There's the Four of Cups again. Four of Cups twice. Like I said, you know, your hopes and fears, you were fearful that they were already disconnected. And that's what your truth is. You know, it was your hopes and fears, but you've already gotten clear on the fact that something is over. We have Scorpio energy with the Death card. So, you know, you might be struggling with the Page of Cups, trying to kind of reach out a little bit, right? To kind of test the waters out a little bit with this person. You know, maybe you're sending them a text message or trying to run into them somewhere and maybe catch their attention just a little bit, and it's not really working. And that's because, you know, it's the breakup is, it's already there. It's done. And you know this. You already know this. So it's like you're trying to bring a dead plant back to life is what it feels like. I mean, I know you're trying, but clearly you know in your mind it is over, and you're grieving over it, and that's kind of where you're at. All right. So let's go over to I want to start with the Lovers. Tell me about the Lovers. Let's get some more information on what happened here. Or in the future, right? Excuse me. The future. What about the Lovers in the future? What's going to come of this? And Gemini energy. Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Ten of Swords. Yikes. A lot of tens. Tens are done. Finito. I think in the near future, what's gonna happen is, if you try to reach out, because you already feel, you know, this is ended, right? You're grieving over it. It hurts you. And I get this sense that, you know, you want to reach out to try and have a new beginning. You're trying to make it it's like you're trying to offer something. You know, you want to come in and say, hey, let's drop the burdens. However, you know, Ten of Swords is, you can't put any more swords in this person's back though. Okay. So it looks like, again, like I said, we're trying to revive a plant that's it's already died. It wasn't watered properly. And I know you want to drop the burdens and you want to, you know, try and offer something to maybe bring it back to life, but you've got the Ten of Swords here. You know, you've got the death. This looks like it's over. Let's move over to this Six of Swords. So has this person moved on? What's going on here? Tell us about the Six of Swords, the moving on, distance, moving forward, leaving behind. Eight of Swords. Eight of Wands. King of Wands. So, you know, it could be a fire sign you're dealing with, or they have, you know, possibly some strong fire in their chart. So we're talking Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. You know, the King of Wands is bold and direct, right? They want what they want. They could be generous, right? They can be generous with their resources, but you know, it looks to me like you don't see that they've moved on. They moved on pretty quickly. And it's something that, you know, I think you feel this. I think you know this. You don't really want to see it. You know, they took a bold action and moved on pretty quickly. So I don't know what happened in the past. I think we need to take a look at that real quick to get an idea of what really happened here. So tell me, what is this Ten of Pentacles in the past? Bless you. Bless you. What's this Ten of Pentacles in the past for this situation? Oh, we got the Nine of Swords. Page of Cups. That's twice. That was your struggle, was the Page of Cups. That was the challenge. And now we've got the Page of Cups coming out from the recent past with the Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's the Three of Pentacles. No, I'm sorry. Four of Pentacles. No, I'm sorry. Five of Pentacles. What is wrong with me? Five of Pentacles. You know, So you clearly were in a high level commitment with this person in the past. Here's the thing. There was a lot of anxiety, I think, between the two of you, a lot of sleepless nights. There wasn't really enough emotion. There wasn't, there needed to be probably an apology about something. So somebody just dipped out. They left. So I don't know. I feel like it could be you that might need to apologize, or maybe it could be the other way around. Maybe, you were hoping for an apology and you're struggling with the fact that they didn't apologize what happened. I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that they just left. They moved on. They left. It's something, let me, tell me more about this Ten of Pentacles. What's going on here? So it looks like there's distance between you two because you have the distance card here. They blocked you out because there was another soulmate. So we've got kind of like the Lover's card again. So, we have lovers that are meant to stay in our lives, and then we have lovers that don't, right? And it looks like they had left because there was actually another lover in the picture. So you'll see there's the distance here. They walked away. It was, they emotionally checked out to move towards another lover. That's why they moved on so quickly. And it almost, left you blindsided. It happened so quickly because I think you thought you were the lover because in the past, you were in a high level commitment, for a long time. And it was like they kind of left without warning. It seemed it happened so quickly. And I know your higher self is saying, hey, your subconscious mind, your higher self, you keep wanting to come back together, but they have already moved on with another lover. And I think that's what your fear was. You didn't want to see it. I think you knew there was another lover in the picture here because, I don't know who's at fault or what exactly happened. It just seems like you two were in a high level commitment. Maybe you thought it was a lover's connection, a strong lover's connection, but for them to dip out so quickly, you know, and to move on to another lover, it may not have been what you thought it was. Tell me about the outcome with the Six of Cups. Two of Wands. Oops. Ace of Wands, and it actually was in the reverse. The Moon in the reverse. Yeah, so the outcome is you're going to figure out that they chose to take another path. So the Moon in reverse is getting the truth. Ace of Wands is, you know, there's not going to be, you know, a passionate, reunited passion with you. I don't know why I'm having trouble speaking, but they've chosen another path, and this truth is coming to light. And it could very well be somebody from their past that they had nostalgia with, they had known a long time. So Six of Cups can also be a past life. So you could have been a lover in this lifetime. You know, we all can have lovers, but when this Six of Cups is involved, this is probably a past life lover, where what happens is if they find each other in this lifetime, they will reconnect because they didn't finish their business in a previous lifetime. So it's like they lost their passion for you, and this is a truth that you're going to see in the outcome is they've chosen another path, and they did it very quickly. And this is just something you did not want to see. You didn't want to believe it. It happened so quickly because you were in such a high level commitment, probably for quite some time. And then all of a sudden, they're dipping out quickly for another lover. But this is a past life lover with the Six of Cups. So it was bound to happen if they found each other in this lifetime. They have unfinished business that they need to take care of in this lifetime. So let's get more on this situation, please. So I think it's kind of, you know, accepting the ending for what it is, you know, seeing the truth rather than, you know, yeah, see, family came out in reverse. So your higher self is the Four of Wands. In this deck, this is the Four of Wands, but it's in reverse, you know. You know, the stability, the home, the reunion, you know, it's fallen apart, surrender. Yeah, that's, you know, surrendering to what's actually happened in this situation, you know, and yeah, see, there's the breakup. I'm sorry, Libra. You know, this one's a tough one. And you're not the only one that got a tough reading. You know, we're having a lot of, 2026, these planet placements, a lot of them are moving into new planets, and we're talking for 14 years. So these are big wake-up calls. These are big changes, big deals. But just so you can see, that's the breakup, right? This was the home in reverse, and there's the surrender. So it's, it's time to accept that this is done. The breakup has happened. The coming back together, the reunion is not going to happen. And it's time for you to look at with, the surrenders, also, the Fool card, starting a new beginning for yourself and not holding on to something that has already ended. I think this full moon's going to help you wake up to letting that go. Let's get you an angel number. Yeah, just surrender to the fact that this isn't coming back together. The breakup's done and it's over. It showed it a lot here, a Ten of Swords, the Death card, and the fact that you were worried that they were not feeling connected to you anymore. And that came out. They've already disconnected. I'm really sorry, but I hope this helps you manifest your dreams. 4, 5, 6. You have the power to make things happen. It is time for you to take action with faith and confidence, knowing that your angels are guiding you and supporting you every step of the way. So it's time to manifest your dreams. So if your dreams is to, find your lover, your true lover, then the first step is to opening your eyes and realizing, the connection you had in the past. It caused a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights. I know you feel that they've abandoned you. It's kind of like you want them to say sorry, but it looks like you want to say sorry first just to get them back into your life, but you shouldn't have to do that. I think the whole point of this is to get your own closure. I feel like you might be in some way searching for a little bit of closure. And sometimes people are lucky. They can have these conversations. They can get this closure. But it feels like if you tried to get closure with this person, it would only be a way for you to try and open the door again. And my fear is you would open that door again, you would walk through it, and it would only put you back into heartbreak. And you don't want to do that. Yeah, bottom of the deck. Spiritual awakening. I think this is going to throw you into an awakening that, you don't want to hold on to somebody that is moved on and possibly happy with their lover from a past life that they've reconnected with. Because I don't see you getting in the middle of that. And I know that's a tough message, but that's what's coming out. This is what Spirit wants you to know, you know? So they were a lover for a season for you to learn from. It was not a lover to stay. And this truth is going to be coming out. And I'm really sorry. But I do hope that this gives you the clarity that you need so that you can focus on moving forward. So now I understand, I made that statement because I needed to plug in my microphone, and I said, nothing's a coincidence. Somebody isn't listening to somebody, or somebody can't hear somebody. And I think it's you not listening to yourself that this is over for at least the time being. We never know what the future holds, right? Everybody has free will and anything can change at any time. But for now, I think it's waking up, taking the blindfold off and saying, you know what? We're broken up, right? We're done. They're moving on and they're trying to deal with another lover. Great. Now put your energy back into you, because as soon as you surrender to the truth of this, the sooner you'll be able to start living life and doing a little bit of healing and getting yourself back out there. And you may come across somebody and realize, oh my God, this person was not even really my true lover. Sometimes we only think that because we've been left in heartbreak and we're lonely, yet they've moved on. So if the roles were reversed and you had moved on first, they might have felt the same way. So it always hurts when somebody moves on first. And so it is tough. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. So just know that this is here to help you. I'm not here to deliver bad messages because I enjoy that. I do not. I know exactly what you're going through. I've been through it. And this is just to get you to start living your life so you can find your true love partner or your true soulmate, okay? So much love and light, and always working through your shadow. If anything resonates and you feel comfortable, drop a comment, hit the like button, share, subscribe. And I am hoping for the next reading we do for you is rainbows, unicorns, and all that beautiful stuff, okay? Because we can get that if you start to surrender to what this is and be able to start healing, and that way you can move on. I love you. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you soon.